Hey, I've had a lot of people ask me what a wafer lock is. A wafer lock, instead of having tumblers, it'll have like little flat pieces. If I can get that to focus, little flat pieces of metal like that gold piece there, and there's just a bunch of flat ones in there, and they just slide back and forth. Basically, you'll find that on most filing cabinets and cheap cabinet doors, desk locks, things like that. And you can use tools like this to essentially bypass this lock because it doesn't really take much work with most of these. Sometimes it takes a few seconds to find the right one that fits or which direction it turns. It's a little bit thicker one. I think this one works better with the cabinet style locks. Try not to touch the tail piece there so you can actually see. And I believe she's unlocked there. Me not having this mounted to something's making this a lot more of a headache than it really needs to be. But if you ever have an issue, you can always just pull the pick back out. The best way is to just kind of rock it in as you're applying a little bit of turning force. Just like that. And you'd have to do the same to relock it with this tool then as well. So putting this tool back in and turning counterclockwise. And whatever, it wants to go in the other way today. There. And it's relocked. And these are fairly inexpensive, they're like 20 bucks or something. So wafer locks are, they're pretty darn cheap. They're not something you want to keep on anything important. If you were worried about someone picking into them without a tool, that's a legitimate concern because these are not very pick resistant either. You could do a raking technique with just whatever, and these pop open fairly quickly usually. Just like that. And I'll do that again just so nobody thinks it's a fluke. I'll redo it the other direction, which is kind of weird for me, but there we go. And just kind of literally shoving this thing in there and kind of just raking with it. And that's about all it took.